it gives you a dragon to slay. Because we all want to slay a dragon, right? And then you're presented an opportunity to slay a dragon. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, are you staying out of a cowardice? I'm not saying you're a coward. Are you scared of the dragon, which is understandable? Are you like, is it like a lethargy? Like, I just can't be bothered today. Maybe come back in 3 years when I'm, what is motivating you to stay in? Like, I'm just trying to use your own words against you here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a banal existence. You're just going to work, getting back, got no wife. It will take 12 years and figure out what kind of toe she has. That's fine. So when given the opportunity to get away from that and be like, hey, forget the toes of the women, mate, it's not Joan of Arc. We've got a dragon to slay, and that dragon's a tentacle machine thing.
But then what if the next day after...
Right?
Yeah. What if the next day after Morpheus told me the real world, I meet a lady?
In the
fake world, yeah.
It's not real, Alan.
I still meet a lady.
Hello and welcome to Two Blokes in a Cave, a vaguely philosophical podcast hosted by me, Carlton Sin, traditional Catholic, my buddy Cameron Wright, Oxley's most eligible bachelor, and Alan, not the most eligible bachelor, also lives at Oxley, but
I think it's technically different suburbs. So that suburb's. Is it Oxley Ridge?
It's Oxley...
Ridge? Is it technically...
who cares?
Let's just call it that.
they're both eligible bachelors. We got a pretty special episode. It's like a little bonus episode. We wanted to talk... Cameron and I did an episode a couple, probably months ago now, where we talked about the Matrix and why we would never... the Nozick experiment, which we would never get into the Matrix. And then we talked about the Matrix itself in episode 13, how we would basically want to get out of the Matrix as soon as possible. And Alan, who's a longtime friend of ours in real life, says, actually... I disagree with you, and it's kind of ironic because in the videos we said, don't know anyone that would say it. Anyone that would do that.
I was listening to that like,
Yeah.
Where are they going to load me?
Is this the reason why you're here?
This is the reason why I'm here. Yeah. Thanks, Brendan.
Unbelievable, friends. So, to summarize quickly, the position that Cameron and I took was life is essentially for living, and we cannot inhibit that by way of giving it up for some fugazi, a fake life. And that might be a bit of a straw man. So I'm going to let you, Alan, tell me why you either would stay in the Matrix or you would get into the Matrix if that is your position.
Well, okay. Let's say I did listen to those 2 episodes because I was forced to.
He listened to them because he really liked them. Sorry.
And shit podcasts.
You guys made a lot of good points, and I do agree with a lot of you guys. But when Brandon gave me the question, would I go into the Matrix? Yeah. I said,
Brendos the snake.
Sure. Why not? Especially because it's meant to be anything you want, right?
Anything you want.
Anything I want. So I've got a wild imagination.
Is this going to be bleeped out?
No, this is not going to be. No, I got a wild imagination, and when
the cuts, and there's no
thanks, guys. See you next week.
Everything else was terrible after this point.
Let me explain to you exactly what I want. Please don't. Actually,
in vivid detail.
Oh my goodness.
No, where was I? Basically, I said I would go in.
Sure.
And he goes, like you said, you've got a family. I don't have. I don't really have anything.
Yeah, you've got
I've got a family. I've got a family. Yeah, I've got like that.
You don't have any children.
But I don't have any children. I got no dependents. I got no one depends on me. I don't depend on anyone.
I don't think Brendan's lifting 225 without you. So
I'm much the same. I'm just undependable.
Yeah.
People depend on me. I'm just not dependable.
And then when I got to the conversation, and point, if it's anything I want. Anything I want. One of them would be erasing the memory that I would know it's the Matrix.
That's a must. Enough. You basically have to.
That's pretty much
part of it.
Even if I couldn't do that, I think I would jump. Like I'd still go in.
You choose that on the tick sheet. Yeah.
I would, even if I couldn't do it.
You'd still do it.
It would be. I would accept as my new reality because it's now all I know.
Well, perception is reality to a large scale.
It is, yeah. So,
even at the back of your head, you're like, I'm actually not there.
Yeah. So it'd be. I think I would over time, like at first,
it would dull you.
Shit. But like over time, I think I'd be like, okay, this is my new reality. I'm going to convince myself this is it. So this is my life. And of course, I went to like, stupid imagination things where it's everything you want. Like imagine, it's not just the world. Like it's not just my life now. Why not give myself the powers of Superman? Why not throw the mask's powers into my universe? That would create so much chaos. Where like, if it's anything you want, the limitations I had were unlimited.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that life...
I've had a genie and I had unlimited wishes.
That's what I mean. Like,
can I wish for one cold beer? You're going to waste a wish on a cold beer? I have unlimited wishes.
Yeah, I have unlimited wishes.
Yeah, it's
I don't like
my experiment.
Give me a different beer.
Is this the beer you chose? Experiment? Yeah.
So,
good Lord.
Pretty much with my mind, I was like, yeah, that sounds like so much better than what I've got now. And because, like, I've got control of whatever it is. I would say my friends never age, my family never age, so I never get to say goodbye to them. The only thing is I would age because I don't want to live forever.
That's a great point. That does sound awful. But why would you want your friends not to age? Like, I'm trying to be rude, but if you're 76, are you still hanging out with me at...
No, so...
what's up?
So I know what you mean, but in terms of... I never aged. Like, I've still got the body of a 20-year-old.
But you die.
But I die at 80
or
100 or whatever age I want.
Yeah.
That way, I can hang out with the friends all day, any day.
Gotcha.
But you don't see this as being odd because you've been told that this is reality. Because you'd be like, hang on a sec, why has it been 40 years?
Because after a while, I would just be like, this is my new reality. This is my new reality. I don't know anything else now. This is it.
Right.
I'll make it what it is.
Interesting. So you wouldn't theoretically live for like 200 years?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know.
But you don't want to live forever.
I don't want to live forever because forever is fucked.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, I agree with you on that. I do think the idea of living forever, or even the desire to live forever, I think that's very queer.
It's
very weird.
In the old sense of the word?
I think it's too much.
The old sense. Sorry, it's very weird. Sorry, this is a vernacularly challenged group of people. It's very, very weird.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Why? Like anyone that wants to live for a long time, I genuinely want to know why you want to live for a long time.
I can understand a long time, but forever is a completely different, like...
Even the long time thing, like Cameron, good friend of mine, so this is not a surprise to anyone that's watching, is habitually late. Which is, again, we all have our...
it's predetermined.
To be fair,
it's like his main trait.
I've been...
late.
It's like on my sheets, late, male, this height, blonde.
I'm late. I'm usually quite bad and I'm generally late, but Cameron makes me look like the most punctual person in the world.
He was on time tonight.
Well, I was. But by force.
I was late.
Well, yeah? Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, I can't remember the point I was trying to. I don't remember what I was
am late.
Yeah, you are late. No, that's it. The idea was,
living forever.
If you are late and you let's say you live for 800 years instead of 80 years, you live for 800 years, 10 times longer. Like, what actually changes in your life? Except you would be, I would imagine, just more late to the point where you're
I
like,
could see that.
I could do the podcast with you guys. But maybe I'll do it once a month because,
I've got forever.
I've got so many years. Like, I'm just on a Like, what are you actually doing? And I'm not trying to be rude to you. Obviously, I love you. But, like, what are you actually using this time to do? Like, what are you doing?
Forever?
Yeah. What are you doing extra?
Oh, yeah, no, just...
Are you just going to the clubs?
Thing,
like, straight to the baby? Like, what are you doing that's like, I need the extra
if you haven't figured out how to get $1 million in the first 100 years, what are you doing?
Good point. In fact, you could put $20 in like like the S&P 500, and after 500 years, it'd be worth a certain amount of money anyway. But
anyway, so I'm just generally confused. Like, I'm not even being obtuse here.
Yeah.
Why does anyone want to live forever? It just blows my mind a little bit. But obviously that's fine. So you don't want to live forever. That's good.
Yeah.
I can see why you wouldn't want it. But
would you want to come out of the Matrix at the end of your life, or would you like to die in the Matrix?
Or probably, to be honest, die in the Matrix.
Die in the Matrix.
Because if I came out, I imagine, where am I? Where is everyone else? Do I just wake up in a lab?
Fly. Can't fly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I can't do shit. Probably die in the Matrix.
Damn.
Okay.
No flying.
As a hero.
As whatever.
Like it's the best.
Because nobody else has superpowers.
Yeah.
On a side note, Superman is the best hero.
It's
the best. It's the only hero, actually. I mean, really. Like,
I do love Superman.
He's just the best. I love Superman. I'm just like very old school, so I know like 3 of them pretty well, and Superman's just the coolest guy. He's just Superman.
It's a Batman.
So what is he?
Superman battle.
Superman.
Yeah.
He's like a
He's
man,
pretty.
but he's
Yeah,
better than
Superman.
It's pretty.
He's just
It's a
like
good
you, but better.
concept. Yeah.
like me.
He's the
And
Ubermensch.
that was one of my
Yeah.
that was my
Got a
things.
great square.
Is when Brendan said, "What would you want?" The powers of Superman.
Oh, with you. Can't you
that
just
way,
play a video game, Alan?
I could
and
literally-
play Superman in a video game and come back to the real
If
life?
I could, if there was a good game like that, sure.
With the VR goggles. I'm against VR too, but you know, for you,
What
maybe
VR's not bad.
What if you were like super depressed and you're Superman because everything's like so easy? I don't know.
we talked a lot about the suffering of life is what makes it worth living.
Yeah, and I do understand that.
I would run at a point after about 30, 40 years if I was undefeatable and I could do anything. I think I'd get bored.
That's a good point. Hey, you're here to essentially tell us why you want to do it. You're going to get pressed a little bit on some of
That's
these
100%. I knew that was
Being
going to happen.
Superman would be unreal, but like anything else, after like a year, you're like, well, I'm just
After a year.
I'm just a regular man now because
Yeah.
everything I do at Superman levels is just normal.
Well, that's what I mean. Like on Earth, but you're Superman.
So you're flying interstellar.
You
Oh,
are
okay, you
flying beyond Earth, and that was one of the things that
Yes,
I
okay,
said to
good
Brendan.
point.
I said to Brendan because I've got a
Is the Red
stupid.
Sun bad?
I've got a stupid imagination.
I'm
No,
not
Red
that
Sun.
into it. Come on.
Yeah, Red Sun is
Red Sun
bad.
brings him down.
Listen, bro. I'm not a nerd, all right?
I just love Superman.
I do like Superman. I watched like a couple of TV, like the 19 Christopher Reeves. Yeah,
Is it the only one?
Yeah.
I've watched the recent with Henry Cavill too.
I do love Henry Cavill.
I like Henry Cavill. Seems like a cool guy.
There's a new one. It's coming.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many
Anyway.
do you have of those?
This is the last one. It seems like the last two episodes seems like I'm drinking a lot. There's only
Yeah,
3, but
it's
I've
okay.
opened more on camera.
I feel
Just
like-
ask him how many he's given to the rest of us, like 1.5. So it's just this guy. I mean,
Yeah, well, there wasn't that many in the first. Anyway.
But well, one of my other stipulations was if I can have anything I wanted, right? What if this universe I swap it for like Star Wars?
It's not a universe, though.
Okay.
It's just a computer.
It's a computer. But what
You
if I
don't
swap
know.
it for Star Wars?
Right.
That opens up a whole possibility because
now you're
I
a Superman
don't know.
and a Jedi.
No, just Superman and Star Wars.
To be fair though, if you're Superman and Star Wars, I'm like, I don't care how big Darth Vader is. You're just like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, you can just do whatever you want.
Laser eye.
Yeah. He'd be like, well, I've got to throw it stronger than steel.
I've
Yeah,
already
yeah.
got your heart. I've moved faster than you can do.
Yeah. You shoot laser beams, they just reflect it back. Oh, shit.
Shit, I'm dead. That goes my Matrix experience.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Interesting. Okay.
So that was just my imagination of like, yeah, I'd go.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if I could have anything I want, it's pretty like my imagination's pretty wild.
See, I would love that. I'm for that. I get it fully. But after like a week, I'd be like, like, I guess the whole point of the experiment's telling you that that's reality and this is real life and this is you, and you find meaning in the fact of being like a Jedi or whatever. But I'd still have to have my friends and like some solid family and shit in it, and I'd still be eating Christmas dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but yeah, I mean, probably in it. I don't think you'd want to be in it. I
You're
don't think
probably,
you'd like
yeah, probably in it. Well, couldn't you
because
just
it's
manifest
Star
me?
Wars.
Couldn't you just?
Because you'd be like, I hate this world.
I hate this crap.
No, I get it. You'd be in it. You'll be in it as different.
Okay.
You know,
Your
want me
friends
in it.
like
Yeah.
my thing was your friends are still there.
yeah, but I'm thinking. So the machine, we're theoretically saying the machine can generate
The shit
your
generates
personality
me in there. It's like this
as
sucks.
100%.
Yes,
If
I'm
it-
like
yeah,
I'm
'cause-
Han
okay.
Solo. I'm Harrison Ford, hating Star Wars.
Hating Star Wars.
Just hating Star Wars. Just in the middle of the Western and being like, this fucking sucks.
I bet you're like, I love you, man, and you're like, I know.
I know. I hate this.
I'm like, oh, for shit's sake, even in my fantasy.
It happens.
Can't you just think this is cool? This is not cool.
Oh yeah.
This is so lame.
So I guess like, in a way that I've had a dream where all my friends have found me in it, but in the dream I also was like a superhero or something. I can see how that's a thing. But like the first step into it though, you know it's not real. That's the thing that's stopping me from like doing.
That's probably the most
Yeah.
difficult hurdle to pass over, but I think I probably could.
I'm
pass
already
it.
in this.
I'm already in it.
Interesting. So wait, you're wasting like 100 years.
You're wasting your entire life. Let's
Yeah.
not. Why put it in a
Yeah.
limit? You're essentially saying, and this is pretty brutal, but you're essentially saying I would trade my potential in the real world life right now for the ecstasy of my imagination.
Look, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
pretty
And
straightforward.
look, honestly, fair enough. I respect anyone that has, like, this is what I believe, this is what I want to believe. I respect anyone that has that conviction. I disagree with you, like, massively.
No, that's fine.
On that.
Yeah, so
Only because, like, hey, dude, I like you. I like hanging out with you. Part of, like, what makes friendships and life and everything, it kind of, kind of the reason I say things and I take a lot of crap from my friends. Like, I like the imperial system. I like that it's not neat and squared away.
Right.
I'm not making any comment on it if it's superior as a system of measurement. I just like that it seems like, you know what? Humans aren't perfect. Humans aren't perfect. The world's not perfect. Nothing we do is perfect. And the imperial system's a little bit quirky. It's not perfect. It just feels more human to me. I don't want to live in this like overly clinical world where everything has to be divisible perfectly by 10. And that we have issues with clocks because they're not 100 by 10. It's just like, it's okay. Like, life's got a lot of different, C's to it. I like having, Hemingway talked about like to have like tragedy. It builds the character of a man. You have to have it to be a great person. Every hero. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, that's all I know. Yeah. Basically, they have to...
the big three.
Yeah, they have
they're the big three.
Well, they all have, if I'm correct, I don't actually know about Spider-Man, but they all have horrific, like, stories. They are deeply traumatic characters that overcome.
No, every hero has a traumatic backstory.
To be Superman without the trauma, you can't... Are you being Superman, or are you just being, like... Do you know what I mean? Like, what makes Superman Superman to me is not that he's basically just an all-powerful god on Earth. It's like that this guy has the power to do anything he wants, and he still chooses to be good.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's such a profound...
That's why I love Superman.
I love Superman. Yeah. I love Superman. I think it's very cool. And I think if you take away that, like, the challenge... Like, Cameron and I, good friends for a long time. And doing the show, lots of fun, agree on a lot of stuff now, but like you don't see all the arguments and the the fun discussions that we have all cut.
All that stuff's after the show.
But, like years of friendship and growing together they're not all highs. They're mostly highs. But I mean, like every relationship you have, like occasionally, you know what, you just really annoy me with your stupid Matrix crap or whatever it is. Like, you have some friction with friends, and like because you have the friction, you grow closer together and you grow stronger together. And I just worry that taking all that aside, and I know that the experiment was like, it'll do exactly what you want and you can have all these fake adversities and fake adversities. You know what I mean? Just give me the real stuff, because when you are down, when chips are, your chips are on the table, your back's against the wall, you do just it gets you going, or it gets me going. Like, this is life. This is your one chance. Are you going to fold like a lawn chair, or are you going to rise to the occasion? Are you going to battle through this adversity, and are you going to come back stronger, or are you going to let this circumstances in your life, break you? Are you going to go into the tank? What are you going to do? And I think, and this is not a direct, comment on your decision, but I would say broadly, to choose to go into a machine that makes you the center of the world, it seems like it's escapism. Broadly, people that would choose that either are running away from something in their life.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Yeah. Easily.
And I just wonder, like, what do you gain from it besides, like, and it would be amazing. Like, to Cameron's point, like, I've had dreams where I'm like,
where you wake up and you're like, that was an amazing dream.
Just like 10 more minutes. Yeah, just want 10 more minutes. But also, okay, let me take a different tact. You are booked in to go into the machine on the 25th of December, 2024.
Christmas, okay.
Yeah. And on the 20th of December, you meet a magnificent woman that is into you, and you just hit it off, and you have mad chemistry, and you think, hey, this could be really serious. Like, I just connected, she's into me, I'm into her, and let's just say she's a really good traditional woman who wants to get married and have lots of kids. And would be the natural fulfillment of your life. Would that change anything for you? Would you say, you know what? I'm not jumping in. I'm going to pursue this. I'm going to do a Google hunting. I've got to see about a girl. And you just look at me, the machine worker, and you go, I've got to see about a girl. Yeah. I'm out of here.
Got to see about a girl.
I'd probably still jump in. Only because for me, a relationship needs more time than that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like I might like them really. Like, I might like them. They might like me. But how do I know? Like, because we've only just met each other.
So
how do I know this is going to be a future?
Are you saying you wouldn't even take the chance? So you're the anti-Will Hunting. You're the bad Will Hunting. You're saying, stuff that.
Shopping.
You know what? She's no good. I'm gonna make my own girl in this world. Like, it's all good. I got lost.
I just imagine someone honestly.
Just copy you.
You're pretty good. What's your name again? No.
Can I just
what are your
some
give me
blood?
your measurements?
Yeah. Imagine like talking to her and you're like, am I already in it? This isn't right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
talk to me in real life.
normally you wouldn't come up to me, so this can't be real.
It's like what's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's on Mars? It's Total Recall.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's like, you're not in it yet. Hang on a sec. This is all a dream. It's like
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay, good point. So now you're imposing your morals on him though, because it's a traditional woman in some odd sense. What if we're going to go into the Matrix in a year's time?
Alan, you want a traditional woman.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want to be happy? Traditional woman.
Traditional woman.
Hey, get yourself a church-going woman. You'll be fine.
You sound like my taxi driver in Poland.
Dude.
He was like, I'll get you a woman.
Okay.
I was like, no, red light district.
I'm good.
Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on. Get yourself a good woman. You'll be fine. Everything in life is better in the company of a good woman.
In the machine.
In the machine, yeah.
What are you even doing? Just on the wrong shoulder. Like, Cameron, just do it. Get in there.
Just do it.
Get in there.
You
reckon you're Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, okay,
You've got great hip flexibility.
Change the parameters. They go, we're going to build this machine.
Yeah.
Sign up now, Alan. We're 100% in it. But it's going to get built in like a year and a half or something, like 18 months.
Sure.
And then the next day you meet the person, you go along, you do something. Maybe even you get pregnant or something crazy. You fall
You're
in
getting
it.
married first.
You're like, you're married. Then they go, that machine thing came up, by the way. That's still on the book. We'll be building it. Did you know?
Don't you know? So I haven't thought about it.
So I've signed the contract to say I'm going in.
Yeah, you don't have to go in there. Like, no, you can't
rip that contract up.
If I can rip the contract up, if everything in that year just goes like full Millhouse.
Yeah.
It's all coming up, Millhouse.
All coming up Millhouse.
It's all coming up Millhouse.
It could probably sway my decision.
Right.
Okay, so I'm trying to. What I actually want to do, and this is.
We can organise this.
Basically, what I'm trying to do is play like full on like Sigmund Freud here.
Yeah.
And find out exactly why you want to get into the machine.
Exactly why.
Why? Because what we've established, I think, is if you had a girlfriend who was, let's say, traditional Polish Catholic. I know a couple girls. That's what I'm saying.
Actually?
Yeah.
Polish?
Polish? Yeah, Polish.
I'm not, okay. Polish. No.
Girls?
I'm not joking. There are a couple of ladies, they watch the podcast, they're like, oh, Cameron sounds like a nice guy. Like, first of all, you haven't been listening long enough. I didn't know
First of all, you're an idiot. No, just jokes.
I know you for a long time.
That's Polish people.
Outrageous. But, you know, if it's just... I don't know how to phrase it properly. Like, a woman in and of herself is not going to fix any of your problems in your in life. They're not like someone's not going to come along and make you whole. Like, you need to be your own person and then bring someone else in, right? You can't be like a.
I can't wait for someone to complete me.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be myself.
If you ain't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else?
Yeah,
it's a drag race shit.
Bullshit.
Sorry.
But at the same time, like,
Good stuff.
we are social beings, we're social creatures, and man and woman are meant for one another. That's how we exist. Okay, that's not a disputed thing. You know, to get into any social crap. Like, that is objectively true. Like, men, women go together. That's how we.
Yin yang.
That's how we propagate ourselves as a species.
So we create a species.
No one is above reproduction. I don't want to hear anyone in the comments arguing about like, oh, well, actually, don't. Just not worth it. It's a silly argument.
Well,
to make.
in the machine, it doesn't have to be that.
Listen,
it could
Jerry.
be anything you want. You put your baby in a box.
In a box.
And it comes, you know,
Don't worry about this guy.
Amazon
But you
baby.
get okay. So it's a year and a half. We get you going to church. That's number one. All right, you got to have meaning in your life that's beyond yourself. All right, and then you get a girl and you want to get married, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, life's pretty good. There is an adventure that we could partake in right now, and then I can save my Superman flying around for my dreams, which is still cool.
Yeah.
But I don't have to give up life to still have that. And then you could have a family. that would need you to not jump in the machine.
Well, yeah, that's why I see where your points, because you've got a family, so I can totally understand why you don't want to jump in.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't.
Yeah, because you got a family.
Dependables, expendables.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
Boys.
Yeah.
So,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
so okay, would having a wife change the game for you?
Look,
if you were married,
it would definitely like bring into the.
Sorry, Ivanka, I'm going in.
Ivanka.
Sorry, love.
Yeah.
It's over.
Look,
It's been a good run. I'm out of here.
Sorry, Katinka.
Katinka.
This guy's never been to Poland.
Ivanovich. Look, if I had a wife, yeah, that would definitely sway my opinion. Totally.
Yeah.
If I had children, 100%.
Interesting. Yeah. Right.
Is that going to happen in a year? I doubt it. I'm a very slow person.
Right.
I wouldn't marry someone within a year of knowing them.
Right.
That's just me.
How long would you need? Just give me what you think is right.
This machine takes 5
Because
years.
on the spectrum, we've got like people who meet, court, date, and engage and marry within like 6 months.
Within 6 months, yeah.
Crazy. And you've got like Cameron, who's been going out with 10 years. Like Cameron, make a decision, mate. What are we doing? On the spectrum.
Look, I'm probably like
On the
I'm not
spectrum.
10 years, but I'm like maybe 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. Well, because
5 years.
you don't get to know someone until you live
What
with
are
them
you-
for like 3 years.
Oh, that's nonsense. What kind
What's your
of
level?
rubbish
What's your
are you talking about? The
Oh,
reason.
it's like 6 months. Crazy. You're like 5 years. What do you want?
Okay, all right. 6 months from meeting them to being married is a bit crazy.
That is insane.
Like, let's say.
The wedding takes 6 months to plan.
Okay, listen.
I planned the wedding after we met yesterday.
Okay, all right.
You could have stepped in. Anyone could have come.
The purpose of dating is to discern marriage. Like, are we right for one another?
Yep.
We're not pretending, we're not playing marriage and living together before we get married. That's obviously irrelevant. And the stats on that, Brendan can pull it off. Erroneous. It's worse. You're more likely to get divorced if you live together before you get married. Anyway, let's say 1 year of dating. If you like the person, right? And this is very key for everyone watching or listening. Like, very, very key. If you like the person and you have common like values, so you have the same ideas, and you want to go in the same direction in life, get married. Get married. Have kids. Figure it out.
See,
Stop pretending.
after the first year, I would be like, let's move in. And then you live with them for a bit. Because
man.
what if I asked her to marry me and she's got like fucking yunk toes or something, or she's got a really gross like foot fetish or bathroom habit, like
Dude,
she
just
uses
figure that out.
uses a towel every fucking time she goes to the toilet, like a new towel, something really, she doesn't wash the
Like
dishes,
your pet hate or something,
like
yeah.
something of my pet hate, and I only found that out after I married him. Because I didn't live with them.
You know what you could do? This is.
That's just like
Okay,
I'm
alright,
a slow person.
What we could do. On the toes thing.
On the toes.
Okay, I'll tell you. This is true. Grow up. Don't worry about the fucking toes, mate. That's outrageous. On the towels thing, what you could also do is say, "Hey, have you heard of toilet paper? Just use that." And I'm guessing that's what. You
And then they'll be
prefer.
like divorce.
That's not how.
So,
Again, that's not really. It seems like who are you hanging out with? We got to get you some
Who I hang out with.
Oh, man, gunk toes.
ladies.
Ladies. No.
I think that's I'm not really buying that as a. I'm not buying that.
I've made
at
a
all.
terrible mistake.
I
It sounds like
I
you've got a couple of things. Okay, before we get married, you got to check your toes. And also, like,
No, that was just.
I'm
like,
going to
I
give you a
just threw it
towel. I'm
out.
going to give you a towel. So what are you going to do with
You
that?
get one towel.
one a week. I'm not doing laundry every day.
No, I know
Okay,
what you're saying. Those little things actually can kill somebody.
It's the little things that count.
Yeah.
I just disagree with you. I fundamentally disagree. And as the only person in this room who's one dating, you should listen to me.
Because I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get married to someone.
Married.
I don't want to get
One.
married to someone who like never cooks me breakfast ever. Who
Gotcha.
never does anything for me little.
Go to church, bro.
I don't
You'll
wanna go to
find
church.
plenty
Fuck
of women.
church.
Oh, bro.
Church is a waste of my time.
Oh.
Like,
Get in the
get
machine,
anything at
man.
church.
Get in the fucking machine, man. You're a lost cause.
But saying, I was going to say before, we met
See
this
you
girl,
later.
we've got the straight values of 100% the same, we're going the same direction. At this point, you both get in the machine. You have the same values. She says, I don't really like you that much, I want to be Superwoman. You go, yeah, see her.
Okay, so yeah. In the machine.
Okay, I've got a question.
Yeah.
So, in this
Throw me.
scenario, the machine is giving you 100% exactly what you want. And in this scenario, you are using your imagination to generate your best utopia. Like this is it. This is like my best.
This is whatever.
I'm having the best time ever. I sometimes think that your own generation of your best time ever actually might turn into a hell if you're not confronted with like a third opinion. And as long as the machine can generate something that isn't your... If it's only giving what you want, I think it might like...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what you mean.
Like, so sometimes you might be like, actually, no, hang on. I came across something that was kind of hard the other day, and I learned how to like fix the dishwasher. I kind of like doing that. Like, you know, this is a stupid example. Like, you're like, oh, I picked up a painting, and I had to go to some stupid class, paint and sip, and I started painting. I'm really good at painting. But in this scenario, you'll never do that because you're Superman. You can effectively do anything and generate anything from anything. And I don't know if the little small wins... There's some sort of thing where you're charming on the meaning is destroyed somewhere online because it's too easy.
Yes.
But the machine is
me,
so...
as if you
but
did
the
But
scenario
the
is
machine is so good that
it
like
then helps you and gives you the struggle, and then
it will
battle Brainiac.
It'll still be it'll still be struggles.
Yeah.
If the machine's that good, like that, like even if I don't have the spells of Superman, I just go daily knife. They'll still give me the struggles.
Right.
If the machine's that good, it'll still bring.
You go Clark Kent for a
it'll
couple
still
days.
bring the struggle. Who knows? The machine could be like
just writing papers.
in the real world. In the real world, you got cancer, so the machine gives me cancer. Who knows?
Oh,
Louise. Okay,
right.
Like something like that. Like it could.
But I
do that.
survived because I'm Superman.
Because
It just destroyed it.
there we are.
That was a tough
surgery.
30 minutes. No, it was tough. Hard.
Interesting. You would actually experience a breadth of existence, maybe potentially wider, because you can do virtually
Well, you can do anything.
So,
And like I said, if you like my imagination went fucking wild. If I change that existence from this universe to say like Star Wars, that is something
Think
that
about
is,
a universe, mate.
that is
Lord of the
something
Rings on the
completely
table. What are we doing?
unexplored by me.
Okay.
So like I've seen pictures of the world. I guess I've seen like
I've seen some pictures.
I haven't gone to explore it because I am very poor and I can't afford that shit.
Yeah,
but like if you change,
Weren't you just in Poland?
yeah, well, I spent a lot of money.
So poor. Crying myself to sleep with my $100 bills. I was in Poland for a
I was
month.
more like my beer, my pierogi. That shit's good.
Gosh,
Eat it.
yeah,
if you haven't had pierogi, go get it.
I haven't had it. So
You
all right,
love it.
let's. Yeah,
It's
I
really
probably
good.
would. I'm
It's almost hard to dislike.
a big fan of good things. Let's move on a little bit from you would get into the machine.
Yeah.
Would you get out?
Okay,
If
Matrix.
someone came in
Reverse.
basically and said to you, Alan, your life is a lie. This is all.
So
crap.
he's 100% proved that.
Yeah, whatever
Whatever it is.
nonsense you need to
Whatever,
make it,
yeah, to make
whatever
it
what is he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like,
And is this reality we're in now? Or is it a better reality?
yeah, no, let's call it this
We'll go
reality
this
that we're in
reality,
right
yeah.
now. And we don't know anything about the outside world. Are you getting out? You're staying in.
See, that's the. If I know what the outside world is, if it's like in the movie The Matrix, where you know Morpheus is like, this is the real world, I'll be like, no, I'm staying in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is a
but Morpheus
fucking-
never
is
tells
this
him
a blue
the
pill guy?
outside.
Is this a blue pill?
Are you the blue pillar?
Yeah, I'm a blue pill.
This
I
guy's a
would
fucking
stay.
Damn, I
blue
thought you'd
pillar.
get out for some
I would
reason.
What
stay.
a
If
fucking
I don't-
loser.
If I don't know what the real world is,
Yeah.
I think like you mentioned it before, curiosity would get the better of me,
Right.
and I think I would take it.
there.
But I would stay in. Yeah.
Right.
If I have to face aliens, not aliens, robots in a stupid underground sweaty cave.
That's the adventure. That's your Superman
Nah.
moment. That's your chance to be a real life Superman.
I would
Neo
get
is
shot.
Superman, effectively,
Oh
isn't
my
it? Neo's
days.
Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
Yeah.
So you
Pretty
want
much.
Superman without any of the consequences of being Superman.
No, I definitely want
You
the
have
consequences.
the chance to be an actual person of immense value, and you're like, yeah, I don't know, it seems
in
a
a
bit tough.
in a pile of shit world. Yeah.
Okay, so the pile of shit world's pile of shit. They go, it's the true world though. This is all garbage. In fact, we all don't exist. None of you just. This is just for you, Alan. This whole thing. This is your Nozick experiment. Whatever. And then they go, the outside world needs you, but caveat, outside world dystopian pile of turds. Well, what are you doing there?
It's probably still staying.
Okay, well, what about then everyone in the Matrix is real? They're just also in the other pods.
Oh, see, that's
And they might get out at some stage. Maybe, who knows? They'll get the option later. But the outside world's a dystopian pile of turds. You're getting out still?
I think I'd still stay.
So it has to do with the outside being
one. This
shit.
is all I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what I've experienced in my
What
life.
is your sense of adventure, sir?
It's pretty good.
You wanted to go to Tatooine like
Yeah,
15 years ago, and now you're like, so you're telling me that there's a...
That was jumping in.
Hang on. So you're telling me there's like a place that's like just a barren desert full of shit, and you want me to go there?
It's Tatooine.
Nah.
I'm there.
I'm going. This is crazy.
Okay, so what happens if you said we don't know what's outside? We're not going to tell you, but this isn't reality. We don't know.
See, if I don't know what's outside and the guy came and explained it all,
Yeah.
like almost convinced me, that would, I reckon, ruin me because my curiosity would be like, well, now I have to jump out
Yeah.
because now I know this is all fake. I don't know what the real word is. It could be better.
Right.
It could be like I'll have to take the jump because it could be worse, could be better, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think the curiosity would slowly ruin me inside, unless I'm really good and I just like forget about it.
Yeah.
I wake up the next day and be like, oh, go back to work.
So I think. Well, I can't remember the experiment. I think the point was then if you don't choose the pill, you stay in, you get that memory wiped. Because I think
If you
we
get your
both
memory
agreed-
right, it's definitely staying in.
I think we both agreed, like, if you, regardless, you get the question posed, the rest of your life's garbage. Like, you can't continue. if they said this is full crap,
I think you.
and outside's no good, but you want to stand there, yeah, I just go down the shops and be like, well, hex. Yeah, I'm like,
take this.
someone's like,
No
oh, sorry,
steel
we're out
medication.
of paw this week. I'm like, well, you don't have any paw
Just
forever.
make it up.
exist.
Yeah, just going like ones and zeros, bitch. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'd go off the rail. Like, you could not.
Yeah,
impossible.
it's almost
You'd
impossible.
be at work being like, sending an email, going, I don't need to send this. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think it would ruin you. Yeah,
No, if I
but if it got erased, I'd stay in.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
Interesting. But that's the same thing. In reverse, you're doing the same thing, but going into a boring
Hang
existence.
on, but this world is not anything. Let me get this straight. Let me just get this straight. So you want to get into a machine because this current life you're living is not cool enough for you, but when presented the opportunity to get out of the machine, which is this world, that could be cool, you're like, nah, bro, I'm fucking staying.
If I get
That
out of the
doesn't even
machine,
make sense.
if
What
I
are you
get out of the
talking about?
machine and this in the life out of the machine is this life, yeah, sure, I'll jump out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying because it's like,
It's
I hate
so
this life. I want to go into my
confusing.
mind. They're like, well, you can get out of this life and go to something else. No, this life's alright. The other one's shit. No, I get that, but he's also weighing up. He's being very utilitarian. He's weighing up the best option.
And well, yeah.
Yeah, the best option is if it's a shit. Yeah, no.
If Morpheus came in and said this is it because he shows Neo the real world where it's all
So are you essentially
destroyed.
saying you'd rather live on your knees than die on your feet? Is that what you're basically saying? As long as I get ice cream, I'm gonna be like a slave.
I'm
I
pretty
don't care.
simple.
Yeah.
I'm pretty simple.
You don't want to stand for something and just go, you know what? I'm making my stand here. I'm fighting the machines.
What will I? I'll be the first dude to die. I wouldn't even make it to the machines.
Guess what? You get honoured for generations to come. That's okay. That's okay.
My name will be on a
The
plaque.
generations to come is 30 seconds because everyone's going to die. The machines are winning.
Machines win.
Oh,
Please make a
man.
plaque for other kids dead. Okay.
We didn't even get his name.
You don't have to
Abe.
have a name to be. Do you think? Would you say? Real world example.
Gosh.
The tomb of the unknown soldier is an honourable and something worth venerating for the sacrifice made. No one knows who this guy is.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, yeah.
He
Okay.
was.
Very good.
There's one in Poland. The
There's one
Tomb
in
of the
Poland?
Unknown Soldiers.
Because okay, there must be a few. Because there's one.
I think
in,
there's one in America.
There's one in the main cathedral in London where all the major stuff.
Oh,
you know what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called? I can't remember what it's
St.
called.
Paul's?
St. Paul's.
I can imagine
One
like
in there.
almost in,
Like the
lots of
burial
countries.
of this guy.
I think lots of countries would have
yeah,
it
yeah,
now.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, like that person is not. You're not remembering them individually because you don't know who they are.
Yeah,
Or is it
yeah.
Westminster? Or the
What-
Abbey
Westminster,
or
yeah, yeah.
No, yeah.
It's what that person represents and what you would represent as that legacy you have left. Because you know humans always win in the end, so just get on board, mate. Don't worry about it.
Humans always win in the end.
100%, man. We're all human. We win in the end. Look, ask the lions that used to roam the Barbary Coast. We fucking win. All right?
can't.
It's what we do. They're dead. We killed them all. It's sport.
We never win against the machines.
Don't worry about the machines, mate. We're going covered. What I'm trying to say is there no, like, the idea to me to stay in knowing that there is, like, there's a battle. There's something that would just galvanize you and give your life that, like, purpose. Because it's I think Jordan Peterson was like, it gives you a dragon to slay. Because we all want to slay a dragon.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're presented an opportunity to slay a dragon. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, are you staying out of a cowardice? I'm not saying you're a coward. Are you scared of the dragon, which is understandable? Are you like, is it like a lethargy? Like you just, I just can't be bothered today. Maybe come back in 3 years when I'm, what is motivating you to stay in? Like, I'm just trying to use your own words against you here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a banal existence. You're just going to work, getting back, got no wife, and it'll take 12 years and figure out what kind of toe she has. That's fine. So, when given the opportunity to get away from that and be like, hey, forget the toes of the women, mate, it's not Joan of Arc. We've got a dragon to slay, and that dragon's a tentacle machine thing.
But then what if the next day after...
right?
Yeah.
What if the next day after Morpheus told me the real world, I meet a lady?
In the
fake world, yeah.
It's not real, Alan.
I still meet a lady.
It's the machines are programming ones and zeros to seduce you. Don't be seduced by women just because of it. Fight the dragon. Have some, get some...
Well, no, I don't really need to fight the dragon. Otherwise, I would have joined the army to fight the dragon, right? I haven't done that.
Son of a gun. The dragon is
I know it's a metaphor, yeah.
It's not real.
It's a real dragon.
It's a real dragon, green and evil.
You're doing it, like, there's a real dragon, by the way. That's what we were doing the entire time. What?
This is not an analogy. This is a real dragon. You get out, you're like, I'm not a fighter. Like, here's a sword, here's a shield. Good luck, St. George.
I hate the heat.
All wars have just been dragons. We haven't been telling anyone.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm interested a little bit by, so is the motivation for you to get in and out of anything, is it just a aversion to discomfort, or is it the pursuit of, happiness, for the lack of a better term, that's motivating your decision? What is, at your core, what is motivating you to make the decision to stay or leave?
Oh, it's probably just because it's a better life in anything.
You know what they say? I think John F. Kennedy said this as well. Also a Catholic. All the best people are. I don't know. They're crazy. I'm
not saying it's a better life because it won't be hard. It's right. I get that. Yeah.
You know what they say? Don't pray for better times. Pray to be stronger men.
Yeah.
There's a little bit to that. And the first step of doing anything is being like, you know what? I'm gonna sack up and do this. I'm gonna do it. Let's go find me a wife.
Let's go jump in the machine.
Let's not do that. That's the anti-sack up. That's the sack down. That's just going, I'm checking out. Don't tap out. See this one? Don't tap out. Stay in the game. Fight. Win. Come with the boys. We're out. We're getting killed by machines.
But that's...
Join us on the front.
Well, we are. You out?
Let us also
what if I'm
die together.
What if I'm like, Cameron, are you out in the Colin, you guys are out? You
I'm
go,
out.
what? And then I go out. Where the fuck is Colin? There's no one here.
No one ever chose it.
The biggest stitch up ever. Everyone's like, let's do it.
Morpheus is going into a bush.
Yeah, let's do it. And I just rock up.
What's he saying? He's like, you're the chosen one, Alan. He dies. He wasn't the chosen one.
I'll
try again.
I'll try again. Yeah, because they say he's looking for the chosen one through
How many
people.
Neos died because this man was just like, is that the guy?
That's the chosen one?
He's going through the phone book. Neo. Oh, yeah, sounds like the one.
It's one.
Is that Latin for the one?
Jeez.
Neoius.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's interesting. It's interesting because there is a fundamental. There's a fundamental reason. So you're getting out because you think there's a definable, measurable, real truth.
Yeah.
And you also love
you
love a
who
bit of
else-
purpose.
You know what the truth is, don't you? Yeah.
Go on. Tell me.
Go.
Jesus Christ.
I guess that was something. Is he Morpheus at this point?
Yes. There is the truth.
Okay.
You're gonna find. That's what undergirds my philosophy. That's why I would not stay in
Yeah.
a false world. And I'm asked, and you are somewhat similar.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar.
Pretending
So,
like
the thing
you're
is, like, it's
so removed.
It's
from
a
this.
value thing, though. I'm
Same
not saying.
fucking
I also believe there is a truth, but what is it? I don't know. And I'm assuming you do too as well. But the value of
You
the
just say I
system.
don't care about the truth.
But the value system is like he's valuing like a better life. Like a life is more important to enjoy.
What is
where
a
you're
life?
not-
What is a life? What is a life?
Well, see, this is what we.
It's a vaguely philosophical podcast, Cameron.
What is a life?
Is a life?
I don't know.
I guess it comes down to love.
Lack of fear. No, I don't know. I mean, that's a huge question.
Well, I guess that question comes to you on your deathbed when you
Yes,
look back
that's
and say,
true.
"Did I live a fulfillful life?"
Alex, take the pill. It was all a lie.
You know, I've said this to you before, I think, just in general conversation. I think people who people who don't sleep well at night, who wake up and I'm just restless, I don't sleep well, and people who are afraid of dying,
Yeah.
right? What they have in common is that they're, I believe, scared of dying because they haven't lived a good life. You live a good life, when your time comes, you're not worried about it. You're like, you know what? I lived a good life. I did what I wanted to do. Like, if you achieved everything you want to achieve, say you just have 5 things you want to do, start a business, write a book,
you got everything done.
produce it. Yeah. You get to the end of your life, you're like,
I could die now. Yeah.
peace out.
True.
Had a great time.
That seems to be the case.
And if you
Very
work,
rare,
if
though,
you
I
work
think.
a good, like you work you work in a day, and you achieve your daily, like, what I want to do. What I want to do. I want to call my mum. I want to say I love her. I want to speak to my future girlfriend, wife, whoever. I want to do these things. I want to hug my son, teach her how to catch a football. When you go to bed at night, you go, I'm asleep.
Not bad.
I had a good
Sound
day. I worked. I was fulfilled today. I did what I had to do. And what I'm getting a little bit from this side of the room is a little bit of like, I don't want to die. I don't want to, I don't want to suffer. For every dragon, there is a St. George, right? Like there is a hero that slays a dragon. And I'm just saying, and maybe it's an arrogant thing for me, it very well may be. I'm like, be the hero. Be that guy. Be the guy. Slay the dragon.
Slay the dragon.
Slay the dragon.
What's the dragon in his version of life?
Bro, it's like a woman with weird toes. Get out there and marry her.
Yeah.
Wife her up. Be a man.
There could be dragons in my Matrix.
But if you're Superman, there's no... Like, are you scared of a dragon if you could just slap him into the sun? Like, what are we doing? Just laser beam his face off?
Who knows what
Oh,
kind
you
of
got
dragon
hot
it is.
breath? I got laser eyes. Checkmate.
What if I stipulate the dragon is the powers of Superman?
Superman versus a dragon or a giant spider.
Oh, yeah, that's happened.
No one
Yeah.
likes spiders.
So, okay, like you said, imagine if you go to bed and you had a good life and you're like, I'm going to go to bed all good. Some people just have a skewed version of that stuff. For example...
What do you mean? Give me an example.
Well...
For example. Give me an example. That's what I was trying to do.
If you're Joseph Mengele, you're going to bed, you are still... You're going to bed and you're sleeping super soundly because you think you've done everything you needed to do. But it's just a warped sense of everything, to be fair.
Okay, honest question.
Yeah.
Do you think, and I don't, off the top of my head, I don't remember if he was one of the guys executed at the end of the Nuremberg trials or not. He got away. He's chilled in America.
Insane,
Yeah,
by the way.
Okay, alright.
He died old.
Yeah, he
They
got away.
kind of knew where he was. Insanity.
Argentina.
I hate that.
Chilling with my mate Adolf.
Ridiculous.
Good man. All right. Do you think, in like before committing suicide, do you think Adolf Hitler was sitting there going, "Man, I have done it right"? No. You don't think so?
I think that guy's a psyche that I don't know if I understand. So I don't think he. I think he's. I don't want to be called get stuffed.
Sure.
Yeah, I
But
don't even
you
know.
probably
I don't know what you're saying, but
you can make a relatively educated guess. People who kill themselves, and in his case, he's killing himself specifically because he's like, might have made a few bad decisions, and the entire world's coming to get me. Probably is not like, my time has come. Let me just go in peace. It's probably not going through his head, right? We can all agree.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's either because the Russians were closing in, so they would do horrible things to him.
Sure.
I have an instinct that I don't think he's doing it from regret. I think
No,
he's like.
I think he's doing it like.
I think he would definitely be
this is the end.
regretful for losing.
Yeah, it's true, but I don't think he would do anything different because he did it all.
What do you mean?
Intently.
You think if you asked him, like, hey, if you go back in time and change these maneuvers and you take the Caucasus instead of Stalingrad and you win the war, and he's like, win the war, you say? Yeah, I'll do it differently.
But there was,
What are you talking about?
Wasn't there a point where they were like, you're using a lot of resources to kill, like, people, mate? Like, stop it. You can actually, like, stop doing that and, like, send people to the front line and, like, be more strategic. And he's like, no, we're going to kill these people. There was a point where he, like, had a bit of a choice.
One of them, I don't. There's
right?
a few
It
of
became
them.
super evil.
There's a few of them, but one of the mistakes he did was turn against Russia,
Yeah, right.
and then he fought on the Russian front, which was a big mistake.
Didn't need to
because
happen yet.
Russia had their
peace
own
treaty.
Russia had the
had a
snow.
peace treaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
And German.
They both invaded Poland at the same time.
I know, bastards. German infantry and tanks couldn't stand the Russian weather,
Yeah, that's
so he
right.
sent a lot of forces up there.
Well, he
and
did
they were
that,
just
yeah.
dying.
Trying to blitzkrieg the Russians. Didn't
Yeah,
realize
he
that
did.
Russia was like 1/3 of the Earth's surface. Anyway, we're getting off topic here.
Yes.
A little bit off topic. My point is, if you live a good life, you die happy. You're trying to say, well, do you think like people that do terrible things? Well, that's an interesting point. That is the first. No, I'm joking. That's an interesting point, right?
Okay. But people
Does
think,
Joseph Mengele, when he was getting older, I don't have any data on this. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Do you think he went to his grave going, all the things I did, totally fine, totally good.
I think so.
It could be. Yeah, it could have. Yeah.
I think
you
he
don't
was
think
angry at
people-
the end, and I think the
Yeah,
angry
right.
because he didn't get what he
What he was
kill
after.
more people. I feel like that's what I kind of got from the. Don't you think?
No, it wasn't. I didn't mention anything in the book I read, so I haven't gotten that far.
No, I mean, yeah. Okay. I don't think there was that many Nazis who were like the top level Nazis who were like, hey, at the end when they were like actually trying them, they were like, yeah, I did the wrong thing. I think they secretly were like, yeah, I'll tell you what happened, but I don't really give a shit. Like that's the vibe I generally get. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done it like so extremely. Like I get like a person who's a grunt who like
Actually,
feels
I think I watched a documentary recently about this, and I don't remember any of them
saying
regretting
sorry or anything.
yeah,
I don't think they
regretting
even recanted it. Yeah,
I think one
it's
person regretted it out of the 50 or whatever they
like
captured.
high level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming a lot of low level people might have. regretted
Otherwise,
it,
they
but,
just told the facts, and none of them regretted it.
horrible.
Which is yeah.
Hey, we're going off track. actually.
Anyway.
Yeah, like let's go back to what we're talking about. Another Nazi thing. That's my fault. That's on me. That really is.
Thanks,
Like,
Cameron.
we're basically the History Channel, just sharks and Nazis.
Okay.
That's what we're
So
talking about.
you're saying live a good life.
Yep.
You know, it's what's a good life. You can make lots of mistakes. I think it's pretty hard to go
course you
through
make
without like
mistakes.
any regret at all. Like,
Do you have regrets right now?
Oh, well, you asked me like 3 years ago. Maybe no.
Look,
but think
I couldn't think of any of the
regrets.
top right now, but I probably, if
In
you gave me,
hindsight, I
if you
could-
gave me a time to think
yeah.
about it, I probably do have some.
Do I wish I
Regret-
played more
regret-
piano?
hang on,
Yeah.
but-
Do I wish I did
Yeah,
way more sports?
okay.
Well,
I wish I drink less. Yeah.
Yeah, 100. You know, there's heaps of. It's pretty hard to have no
Okay,
regrets.
but okay, all right. I think it's important, and I'll get producer Brendos to get the definition of regret up for us.
No
but
regrets.
I think there is a difference between doing things differently if given the chance for a redo, which we won't have, and regret.
Right.
I don't think they're the same thing, and I think you're conflating. Like, if I could go back and do it again, I would spend less time playing Mario Brothers, and I'd play the piano more because it's really
Right,
cool to have a
right,
skill. I don't know if that's a regret. Do you know what
I
I
get
mean?
what you're saying.
Anyway, I'll
So
wait
what
for
if
Brennos to give
halfway
us
through
a...
your life, you kind of like the biggest factors of what you considered were a good life, you didn't
You
really
didn't
come
meet?
across until like almost the end. I think that could be the case in a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like like these massive maxims of life.
What?
that I
Give
should be
me an
going
example. Like
towards.
what? Married, having kids.
Yeah, like you just thought like the best thing
You're a
in life was
man, you're
having a
fine.
business,
Don't
and you
worry
did the
about it.
business, and at the end you're like, oh really? If that was actually a waste of time, really should have raised my kids, or vice versa.
100%.
The kids
Happens
turn
all
out
the
shit. Should have really focused on the business.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. So
You know,
you
yeah,
got a
you
business,
re-
but you put all your energy on the business.
Yeah,
and
your
the kids turn out
intent
like
was
shit.
like, I'm really trying to do the best for everybody. My business was a charity. I was trying to help people. At the end, you actually were like, well, actually, in hindsight, no, that was bad. I should have focused on other stuff. It wasn't, you know, a lesson learned too late, I guess. I can't think of a better example of that at the moment, but
Okay. Well, I think I've heard people say that there is a point of no return, and then there is a period in your life. Say you're a man and you're 50 years old, and you didn't get married, you haven't got a good job, and you're just like a shit kicker or something. Maybe some people would say it's too late for you to turn your life around. I don't think that's
I
true.
definitely don't think it's ever
I
true.
think
No,
that's
I
true.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's too
Right?
late unless you're
So
80.
I don't even
Unless you're
know.
what?
80. I'm pretty sure the KFC,
Even then,
the
you could
KFC
live
guy
till
was like in his 70s before he started KFC. I'm pretty
Yeah, the
confident.
KFC
No,
too.
yeah.
Super
Some
old.
of them. What was it? J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter in what, her 40s?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is it got rejected by a lot of people.
Some, yeah.
That's
So,
great
yeah,
examples,
you can change your life around.
So
yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you're going through life earnestly, or even if you come to a Jesus moment where you're like, I'm gonna turn my life around and do something,
Yeah.
right? Forget about religion, just like that kind of moment where you're like, I'm changing my life.
Yeah. Good
Definitively.
analogy there.
Yeah, there you go. Why? Like, what's stopping you from going? You know what? I lived a great life. Part of like,
Interesting.
I don't regret things that I did when I was younger, because a lot of what I did as a younger person led me to be the man I am today.
Yeah, I get what
Like,
you're
do I regret them? Like, no. Would I do them again? Would I recommend them? Like, no, not necessarily. But those experiences and actions and behaviors, like, helped formulate me into the man I am today. I don't regret them, but I'm not, I'm not necessarily proud of everything I did in the past. Like, there are things I wish I was more respectful, wish I was more studious, wish I did different, things differently because I know more now. Like, youth being wasted on the young, like, annoyed me so much as a young person because I didn't get it. And then you get a bit older, you're like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh, so
bro, if I was 18 right now, you'd just be you'd be a world beater. You'd just be dominant as. And then, it'd be amazing to have a do-over. Like, if you just know what you know and go back and do it again, it'd be crazy. I don't regret what I did. Like, I'm learning like everybody else, giving it a go. Okay? man.
Okay, I agree
Man,
with that. I totally
like you
agree
live
with
the
that.
life, you get to the end of it, and you look back and you go, you know what? I fluffed around a little bit, but man, I had a good time. Had the boys. I brought all the guys with me. Or I did whatever I did. It doesn't matter when that moment is. When you turn your life around and you start going in the direction that you want to go. And remember, progress is not some sort of race. It's if you go in the wrong direction, progress is the first person to turn around and go back. So wherever that point is for you, or whomever is watching, when you get down this path and you turn around and you go, I'm going the wrong way, I'm going to turn around and go in the right direction, great. That's a good life.
Yeah.
That's a life worth living.
Yeah.
And when you get to the end of it, you go, you know what? Man, I had a good time.
True.
Nobody has lived a perfect life.
True.
Maybe some saints, actually. That could be a terrible take.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Most people, right, that are venerated, that are highly admirable in society, like have a lot of stuff in their lives that is pretty crappy. Like, that's Martin Luther King Jr.
Who?
Martin Luther King Jr. Pretty bad guy morally, from what
Was
I've
he? I don't
read.
know much about
I don't know
him.
now. I don't know too much.
Kind of a bit of a guy with a bit of essay with the ladies,
Oh, okay.
bit of a womanizer. Not a great dude,
Right.
but also did a lot of great things. And I think this, that man is fallen, and we're all we all have our vices, and we're all burdened by sin. The man did incredibly good things, and I think we should choose to honor the good in a man's legacy than focus on every little thing you do wrong.
True.
Which means,
Yeah.
and if you have that as a general worldview philosophy, like you get to the end of your life, you go, yeah, of course I wasn't perfect. Sorry. Who is?
Yeah, no one is.
No one is.
No.
But I can look back and go, I did.
Yeah, I agree with
I
you.
tried my best. And I think it's so important, whatever you do in life, whatever you do, whoever you meet, just do your best.
Yeah.
Like, just try your hardest. And then no one is upset if you genuinely go, I'm going to give this 100% effort.
Yeah, what's that saying? Always give 100% effort unless it's giving blood. Then don't. But yeah, no, I agree with you.
So you're saying getting into the machine or not getting out of the machine is not really putting your best foot forward and living out life. Yeah.
Very good. Don't give all your blood.
I mean, it's not super smart. Could save some lives though.
Could save a lot of lives.
We didn't put it in the fridge. I'm so sorry. No.
We dropped it.
Oops.
The last thing you say is just...
It's interesting though. It's interesting. Okay, what happens if one more point? We'll probably wrap it up in a second.
Yeah,
But if everyone in the world was in the machine and effectively everyone in every conscious mind was in this machine, this is reality effectively in some sort of way, shape, or form. Because when St. Alan's gets out, there's no one out there, so it's hard to really live your best life if guaranteed death. I suppose.
That's what it is. It's like 80% chance of death.
What if
And
it's
then
you getting
20%
out to
chance
get
of
the rest of us
Rave in a rock and...
Do you know what I mean?
Huh?
What if you're the one who can get out and get the rest of us out?
He's like, not me.
Not my life.
Maybe you pull the straight.
Maybe.
line.
Oh, so I'm the Neo, am I?
Maybe.
I've always thought you might be the one.
Oh, stop it.
The one. Just take the red pill and get the fuck out of the Matrix.
No, because I imagine I'd take the red pill and then I'll end up like that. What's that guy who betrays them all because he's eating the steak and it's
He's
like...
eating a
this is
fake steak.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
He
In the
knows
Matrix.
he's eating a fake steak. I don't know who the
Which
guy
one?
is.
In the Matrix.
Oh, and he's eating the steak.
You know, the guy
And he's
who's
like,
eating
I
the
know
steak, he's
this
like,
is
I know
fake.
this is
I know
fake.
this is crap.
but
But...
He did some research for this part.
No, I don't remember this bit. It was Magic.
Oh,
the
because the
guys-
guy's having
yeah.
he's having a meeting with Agent Smith. Because Agent Smith's offering him to come back to the Matrix.
Oh yes,
And
okay.
he's got a bunch
to
of
erase
fake
all his
money.
memory.
Yeah. I know.
And he's
Is
like-
Agent Smith saying the steaks?
Agent
He's eating this and the guy's eating. He's like, I know this is all ones and zeros, but it's so damn tasty. I'm like, what a
But
pathetic
like,
loser.
but like his mind
what
is
a
like, I know
fucking
this tastes like it
loser.
tastes good.
Fair enough.
Bro.
So
I mean,
I know
it's
if
ones
I
and
jumped in the
zeros.
out of the
What a-
Matrix, I would be that guy. I'd be like, fuck, I mistake.
If there was no steak, I mean,
It's close enough.
Oh man.
Living a good life versus
Yeah, 'cause I'll jump out and
And
I'll
I'm
be like-
you get you surprised. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Once again, I'm
I
on the
take I take the blue pill and I'm in the real one and I get slop because
It would just be
there's no cows. All the
it'd be
steaks gone.
tasteless brown stew.
Yeah, all the
would give you all the
steaks gone.
enzymes that you could possibly need in your life. No. What's the state of the cave like at this point?
I actually think we're deeper in the cave than we've ever been. We are moving away from the light of truth.
I think
that's because outside there's T-Rexes and whatever the fuck.
Scary stuff.
Okay, here's a different point. We could be deeper in the cave, but we've discovered far more reflections, fire, and perspectives to divulge.
Do you need me to
and
brush you
digest.
up on the cave? The point of the cave is to get away from the shadows.
But we have more data now to understand. Due to like third person point of view.
Fair enough. Okay. This is Two Blokes in the Cave. Special guest Alan.
Thank you very much for
We're
coming.
trying to get
Appreciate
out of the cave.
Thanks, guys.
it. Yeah.
That's the plan, right? We're
Yeah.
trying to get out of the cave.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Depends what you value.
See you later.